we got to get Dan live too. Oh, and then I want to stream to my audience. I know this is the frustrating part for everybody because title. Whoops.
Well, we're streaming on Facebook and YouTube right now, Kat.
And I'm trying to get on those as well with my people.
Okay.
Kat Dan Show, real estate. I never have a nice title on here because I'm always hurrying because I'm already live. Save changes. Whoops. Oh, it didn't go to my other one.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go this side-by-side picture here.
There, I got to get one more on there. Okay. I missed my other. Might as well stream on both of them. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. We're almost as uncoordinated as we were at the beach.
I got to tell you, Kat, that lighting in back of you looks tremendous.
Oops. Does it?
Yes.
Are you joshing me? Are you joshing me?
No. No, it looks great. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm sorry. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Well,
so are we ready? We ready for stats? Why does it look like there's a delay between when I'm talking?
I don't know.
We are. You see that? Do you notice the delay on your end?
What's that?
Can you hear me, Dan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. King County, 1.5 months supply of inventory. 26% of sellers set offer review dates. 44% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days if they listed between November 5th and November 11th. 46% of sellers got under contract in King County if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. And the final set of data I'd like to throw out there is how many sellers got into contract within 30 days of going on the market. And that's 54%. Is that right? Nope, that's 56%. 56% of King County sellers got under contract within the first 30 days of being on the market. So still a really strong market for sellers in King County, really is. Well, I mean, 44% got into contract within the first 7 days. Dan.
those are tight numbers.
Getting close to spring numbers there. The last couple of weeks have really picked up. You see that? Last week was 47% and this week was 44%.
Rates are coming down just a little teeny bit, and maybe that has a little impact. Who knows?
Maybe.
Never know.
I think it might be making buyers happy. I was out showing this weekend. I was out showing Seattle, West Seattle, and Renton. Looking at some new construction. Builders offering some deals. So I think they're going to do that till the end of the year. It's there's some really good stuff going on out there. I've got a builder that is looking at doing a 6% contribution towards, either a 2-1 buy down or a permanent rate buy down, or they may be willing to negotiate a certain amount off the price as well. So I think that's it's a very good time to buy to get a reasonable deal on new construction. So, or resale for that matter, because the market has come down just a tad from the year's highs. So, okay, Snohomish County. Yes.
You just said 6% selling concession. Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Yep. There's a builder I talked to this weekend that is doing 6% seller concessions. Yep.
Wow. That's pretty strong. Sorry.
And $700,000-$800,000 house, you're looking at a big chunk of change there, $40,000-$50,000.
Yeah, that is a big chunk of change.
So that, that's a huge, if you can arrange for that, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's a big discount.
Yeah. I mean, that makes up for a lot of sins, right? That's the same thing as taking 6% off the purchase price. And so if we've seen appreciation of, 18, 19% in King County, and you take six of that away, now we're looking at appreciation, of only, this particular home only appreciating 13%. So, but I mean, you know what I mean? It takes a big hit off of, am I really, my lips don't match when I'm talking. Is there a delay on your end?
Just a smidge, not much, but a little teeny bit.
I wonder why that's happening. Huh, that's weird.
I've
never noticed. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Huh. I mean, I guess I won't worry about it. Hopefully you can fix it on the live stream. I mean, fix it on the videos. You can split the voice away, right? Okay.
That's right.
So Snohomish County, 1.3 months supply of inventory. That's my Havanese in the background. He's bull surfing. That means he would like some more fresh pet, Mom. 17% of sellers set offer review dates. 41% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days if they listed between November 5th and November 11th. And 41% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. And the other set of data I'd like to throw out there is how many sellers got under contract within the first 30 days on the market. And in Snohomish County, that was 57%. I got to get my dog. I got to get my dog some fresh pet.
Okay.
Otherwise he's got a bull surf in the background the whole time. Little buddy, you need some fresh pet? Good thing Mommy went to the store. Otherwise you'd be all fresh out. Yeah, you'd be fresh out of fresh pet. Okay, now this is pretty much all you're going to get the rest of today because you've been eating like a horse. Yeah, Mr. Fat Tuesday. You're going to turn into a fatty, fast fatty. Yeah. All right. Let me grab a jacket. Actually, let's go with the jean jacket. All right. How you doing, Dan?
Doing great, Kat. How are you?
Good. I'm still tired from my vacation.
It could be exhausting sitting on the beach. That's a rough gig.
Oh, I know. Dang it. That was fun. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed my time at Ocean Shores.
Well, you've earned it. You've earned
it.
That's
for sure. that's for dang sure, right?
That's right.
Okay. So let's see. Let's do Pierce County. 1.8 month supply of inventory in Pierce County. 15% of sellers set offer review dates. 23% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market, and that's if they listed between November 5th through November 11th. 42% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. And for Pierce County, let me see, where's my next data? Okay, here we go. 51% of sellers got under contract within the first 30 days in Pierce County. So,
boy, all these 30-day getting under contract are all above 50%, right?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong for
the market's been pretty good for sellers, and it's getting friendlier for buyers for sure at this point. All right. Okay, now we're going to talk about a county that's just kind of make you go, Mason County, 3 months supply of inventory. And I think things slow down a little bit more in Mason County in the off season, right? Because I think people go there more for vacations and things during the summer, spring, summer, and fall. And this time of year, I think things just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What do we got? 7% of sellers set offer review dates. 20% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed between November 5th and November 11th. 0% of sellers got under contract within 14 days on the market if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. No sales.
That's a goose egg.
But this is their saving grace. 61% of sellers in Mason County got under contract within the first 30 days on the market. That data is a full month old, so it's a month to 2 months back. So that was when things were clicking on along a little bit quicker in Mason County. So
Well, we'll get back
things
to
have
that
slowed
in
down
the spring.
dramatically.
Yeah, we'll get better. We'll get better in the spring.
Anyway, Mason County, we love you, Mason County. Yeah. And we got a few more weeks of this, till the end of the year. And then things are going to turn around, Dan.
They're going to pick right back up.
Buyers, look out. You're going to go
We're
back
not
to
joking.
your agent's going to go back to becoming a professional offer writer. And it's a job we do not get paid for. So we get paid to go through a transaction with someone, not just to write offers. Anyway, all right. Skagit County.
Well, on the bright side, having
2.1
said
months
that,
supply of inventory.
yes,
15% of sellers set offer review dates. Are you listening, Dan?
yes, I am.
No.
I had
You're
to
not
bring
listening.
up the Skagit. I am. I had
Am
to
I
bring up the
reading wrong?
Skagit County graphic. What's that? I hear you. Yeah, we're going.
Oh,
good.
there you go. Oh, see, you're paying attention.
Yes, of
So
course.
42% of sellers. Mr. Fat, those are your deers. Look, those are your deers. You brought them back from Ocean Shores. Those are yours. Remember? Remember the deers? Yeah, those are your deers, buddy. Don't scratch my door. That deer is just looking at you like you're batshit crazy, mister. Leave him alone. He's cold out there. He coldy. Come here. Come here. Come here. You don't need to talk to him anymore like that. Don't stop using foul language, mister. I'll roof your ass. Deer's just looking at him like he's crazy. Okay, what was I talking about? Skagit County. Yeah, 15%
Something about
of
Skagit
sellers
County.
Skagit County. What did I say?
That's what you said, Skagit. Yep, that's the one.
Come here. Come here. That's enough. That's enough. Mommy can't talk over your yelling. Come here. Leave those deers alone. Come here. Hey. Get over here. Yeah. Leave it. Okay. Good boy. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. 15% of sellers set offer review dates in Skagit County. 42% of sellers got into contract within the first 7 days if they listed between November 5th and November 11th. 41%, well, that's right. 41% of sellers got into contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. 53% of sellers got into contract within the first 30 days on the market. So again, that data is 30 to 60 days old. So that's Skagit County. And Kitsap is got interesting data. So Kitsap County, 1.7 month supply of inventory, 21% of sellers set offer review dates, 32% of sellers got under contract within the first 7 days on the market if they listed between November 5th and November 11th. 42% of sellers got under contract within the first 14 days on the market if they listed between October 22nd and November 4th. And 56% of sellers got under contract within the first 30 days on the market. So they're doing fine.
Yeah.
They've
Honestly,
been
there's just not.
We've been bouncing around a lot. I think with interest rates coming back a little bit, it's helped all the counties' data overall.
Right.
Would you agree with that, Dan?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I'm seeing a little bit more business myself, and
Yeah. Well, and I was out
people-
showing this last weekend, which is cool.
yeah. You could tell there were people that were kind of like pre-approved and just kind of looking, and now they're buying. So we made that transition from looking to buying in some cases.
Right.
So
Okay.
a few people coming in off the fence, basically.
Good.
Okie doke. Let's go on to, let's see here. We were talking about how market time costs sellers money, right?
Yep. Market time costs sellers money. And it's not just a little amount of money. If for instance, in King County, if you missed the first 14 days on the market, it cost you 7.8% of an average sales price of $1,128,558. And that amount is over $88,000. If you miss that first 2 weeks, it's going to cost the average seller $88,000 if you sold after the first 2 weeks on the market. Market time is critical.
Attention sellers. You better.
Attention sellers also is get your house ready for market, 100% ready for market. And these statistics were pulled from June 20th through October 19th. So that's the time frame this was gathered from. So it'll be interesting to see.
This is this year's data. And when was that again? From June 19th?
June 20th of this year to October 19th is when this data was pulled.
Wow.
From.
Okay, so this is real recent.
Yes.
Super recent.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. You know, if they were on the market, let's say they missed the first 7 days on the market.
Right.
That cost the average seller in King County 5.6% to a tune of over $63,000. So if you just missed the first 7 days. So if you got your home sold within the first 7 days, your average sales price per square foot was $516 per square foot. If you missed that first 7 days, your average price per square foot went down to $487 per square foot. And then following that, so if you missed the first 14 days and you end up in the 15 to 30 day bucket, that gets your average price per square foot down to $476, and it costs you 7.8%. And that equates to over $88,000. And if you miss the 30 day, if you're on the market longer than 30 days, your final average sales price per square foot is $470. And that costs an average seller 8.9%, which is over $100,000 difference. So that's a direct correlation between market time and price per square foot. So what a seller receives for their property.
That's a lot of money.
How much a seller receives for their property. Yeah, it's dramatic. It really is. It paints quite the picture, and it's a direct correlation. So one would assume that there is some correlation there between market time and how much you receive for your home.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then just similar numbers. Let's see. I think on the next slide we've got Snohomish County. The similar numbers.
Are we looking at some? Oh, I see. So you jumped ahead to. Okay, hold on. Let me grab my Snohomish County.
I did.
Let's see. Let me get past there. So yeah, same information. Now I'm going to be taking this jacket off because I'm hot now because I'm inside. Oh my gosh. Hot cat. So the Snohomish County cost sellers money too with time on market. It was less dramatic difference between 0 to 7 days and 7 to 14 days. So I just lumped that into one. It was statistically not a lot of difference. And so if you missed the first 14 days on the market, so 0 to 14 days, the average seller got $406 per square foot for their home if it sold within the first 14 days on the market. If you missed the first 14 days and you fell into the 15 to 30 day bucket, you got $398 per square foot, which is 2% less, which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but that's over $16,000. And I know a lot of sellers that would like to have that $16,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So, right up front here, using this data that we pulled, that again from June 20th to October 19th, it doesn't look like there's a dramatic difference in the whole entire first 30 days. But if you miss that 30 days, it costs you, oh my gosh, another almost $65,000. So if you wind up in the 31 to 90 day bucket, So that's 7.9% less for your home at $374 per square foot. So dramatic difference. And the 90 plus days it drops down to $360 per square foot, and to a tune of 11.3% less for your home. So definitely don't want to get in that 90 plus day bucket.
Yeah,
But
that's a big difference.
That's Snohomish County. And that data is from this year, from June 20th through October 19th. So we had a nice 4-month supply of data there.
That's a big number. That's a big number.
It is. Mr. Fat Tuesday, you know you're live on air. You know that, right, buddy? Okay,
Let's
so
see here.
Where are we going next, Dan?
Well, let's take a look at the inter-year appreciation, because I thought that was really interesting.
It is. Okay, let's see. And that's for King County. Okay.
That's King County.
Okay. So grab my sheet here. Although I can actually read it on Dan's screen, which is something. All right. So this is interesting. King County intra-year appreciation, and it's a comparison of what your average sales price was in January, which reflects December negotiations, and what your final sales price was in June, which reflects May negotiations. And what I did is I took average price per square foot for analysis purposes. And you can see every single year, the darker blue bar is higher than the lighter blue bar to the left. And the left bar represents December negotiations or January data. And the darker blue bar represents June data. So you can see every single year in the entire 12-year analysis, that number is larger in June than it is in January. So we can say with fair amount of certainty that by June of every year, housing prices will have gone up. There are a few anomalies when we had the 2008, 2009 market issues, economic downturn. But the thing of it is that every year since then, we've seen a fairly dramatic difference between January average price per square foot and June average price per square foot. The question I had was, how much difference? How much, difference in sales price is there between January and June? And I thought it was fascinating because in King County, it's 12.7% higher in June. So you can just about, and that's on average over 12 years. So you could just about count on paying at least 12.7% more, or on average 12.7% more in June if you wait until May to purchase a home. So it's a very realistic expectation. You can see this last year, it was much more dramatic. So this year we had, like in King County, we just about had a 20-point swing. I think in June we were up about 20% for the year. So again, you don't want to, in a $1 million market, that's a couple $100,000. The 12.7% is actually $143,000, over $143,000 difference on the average sales price of $1,128,558 for the average sales price in King County. So I don't know anybody that wants to pay $143,000 more in June. The only thing I can say is that a lot of times you do have more choices in June, but that's a heck of a lot more money. That's a bigger down payment. That's a bigger payment in general. And it's a lot more money to finance. What it does is it shows that now would be a good time to buy, right? So end of November into December, this is a great time to buy because that would be reflected in January sales data. So that's kind of what I'm trying to show here is this actually could be a very good opportunity for buyers right now.
Well, and the same numbers, basically, we'll go to the next screen, and basically the next is Snohomish, and showing almost the identical numbers, real close for Snohomish County.
It is. It's they're 3% different. They're only getting 9.7% higher than January. So June data reflects an average of 9.7% higher in June, but it's still, that's a lot of money. As a matter of fact, what does that equate to? It equates to it's actually $79,000 more if you wait till June, based on an average sales price of $819,710. So if you in Snohomish County, you're buying in Snohomish County with an average sales price of $819,710, and if you know, that's where we're at, and we go up 9.7% in June, you'll pay an additional $79,512.
Right. And you know, the thing is, the way you've calculated this, Kat, it really does hold everything constant, because you've calculated it based on average square foot as opposed to the individual price per square foot, rather than individual an average of individual houses. I mean, so doing it that way, you can hold, you get a hold the people say, well, is this really for the same house? You know, that's a good question. And the answer is yes, because you're really analyzing this by the square footage totals.
That's right. So. And yeah. And what was I going to say? Mr. Fat Tooth, get out of the garbage. Get out of that garbage. What are you doing over there, Nug? Yeah. So I think it's a good smattering. And I think it's, again, when you get good data, I know what I was going to say. There's no new construction included in this, guys. So it really is, it's based on resales. It's also, there's no condos in there. Hold on, I gotta get my dog out of the garbage. Get my dog out of the garbage. You get out of there, you little nug. You just want mommy's attention. I know how you roll. That boy just want mommy's attention. Yeah, so I don't include new construction in my data, in any of my data, because what I'm trying to address here mostly with the data that I pull is, how is the market for sellers? And so I not really concerned about new construction. When I would be interested in new construction is if I have buyers looking at new construction, and then we might look and see, you know, is new construction staying on the market longer than 7 days? And to be fair, there's sellers in new construction are not setting offer review dates anymore. That's so all the new construction I've been seeing, there's no offer review dates. So they're looking at offers upon receipt, and they're almost across the board offering some kind of concessions. So for new construction.
That's good to know, especially if you're a buyer. Yeah.
So it can be really beneficial for a buyer.
Right.
New construction.
You were talking about
the thing you're giving up. With new construction, the thing you're giving up is land. Right. You're giving up land. So you want to get a nice quarter-acre lot, buy something that was built in the 1960s, 70s, 80s. You know, you want a 7,000 square foot lot, buy something that was built in the 90s, 2000s, you know. And they get smaller as we get nearer to current time frame.
They're going to get smaller once they start putting those ADUs in, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, or they're going to have 2,000 square foot lots. Yeah, there's going to be some really small ones out there. But hopefully that makes it more affordable, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we'll have to be talking about that coming up.
Yeah, again, with this whole Snohomish County chart here, I think the reason I really wanted to pull this is I wanted to show my buyers that really it is a good time to buy now. And when I look at the list of sales, the statistics, there's a lot more homes that are that have gone contingent, have sold contingent. And so those are buyers that have a house to sell. And so those offers are being accepted much more frequently now. So I also want to put that out there into the big wide world that contingent offers, although they're still sellers, they're not going to be the seller's favorite thing. They can usually get more money from a contingent buyer because the buyer wants them to take their offer. And then, but it does give the buyer an opportunity to sell their home. So, and in many cases, they have to do that before they can buy. So that's part of the impetus about putting this chart together, was just to let buyers know, hey, listen, every year in the last 12 years, prices have gone up in January, gone up between January and June. So if you're going to position yourself in a time in the market when you want to buy, you want to buy that at that time frame where you can count on 6 months later, it's going to be higher, 5 or 6 months later. So if you can time the market, not everybody has the luxury of being able to time the market, but if you have that luxury, why not utilize that? Because the market swings usually in any given year, and I could check this, I could run numbers on this. But I would say the average year, the market swings between 8 and 15%, with the last couple of years swinging 20, in King County.
Yeah, last year
And
it swung
more.
quite a bit.
And
Coming out of
last year,
January,
same
it swung a
thing.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the year before too, 2021 was a huge swing. So you could literally buy in November, December. You could sell that puppy in June, July, and make money. That's with 9% selling costs. So that's including your excise tax, your title and escrow, and that's include compensation for the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. So that includes the whole package. So, and in many, many years, you can make money doing that.
Wow.
The last few. Snohomish County
Well,
would have been more break even, right? But King County,
Well, it kind of tells you if you find a house that you like now and you're kind of in the market, pull the trigger, right? I mean, literally this week.
I think so. Especially, I don't know that I jump on one the first week it's on the market unless it's priced well. You got to really take a look at how it's priced, because you can still buy an overpriced home in December.
That's true.
November, December.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you got to take a close look at how it's priced. If it's been on the market a couple of weeks and they've done a price reduction, you can usually squeeze a little more money out of the seller if they, because they get nervous around, I mean, let's face it, this week is Thanksgiving, and, they've got another whole month of holidays, and the market will probably pick back up in January. But the stuff that's been sitting around for a while is going to take a bath when it does finally sell.
Right.
So the new listings, the thing about the year is the new listings coming on the market will be competition for. So come sometime in January is when that starts.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's
second, third week of January.
Second to third week of January usually is when, if you're a seller coming on the market, you're almost guaranteed a sale, as long as the house is prepared well, and because you may get 2 or 3 buyers.
Right.
And it doesn't usually start off like 10 competing buyers. It doesn't usually start off like that, but it can. This last January was crazy.
Oh gosh.
I was one of those professional offer writers in January of this year. Got a few people into houses, but it was tough. It was tough. For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Sorry, Dan. I gotta open a door. I don't know why I did
that's okay.
Open the door here and get a little fresh air in. Oh my God. I'm gonna pass out, feel like I'm in Hawaii.
Oh gosh. Well, Kat, what do you think? I've got nothing left except for interest rates are coming down, and the FHA rates especially. I've been pricing them out, and the FHA is beating the pants off of conventional right now. Hard to believe.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
cool. I like it.
Price. Yeah, it's they got very good rates, and nice thing about FHA, they'll accept higher concessions than conventional. I think you can go 6% concessions if I'm not mistaken on the FHA. And what else? You've got much more flexible underwriting guidelines, and you got higher debt to income ratios. So if you're a first-time home buyer, it really is a program that makes a lot of sense right now. And I'm just looking at the numbers. Yeah, go figure.
Right.
Go figure.
Huh.
But.
Right.
But
hey, we do have an APOD we can go over. So I've got an investment property.
That's right. I almost
did an analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, I ran the analysis on this triplex in Bremerton on Elizabeth. And actually, I think the light on this side. Let's see which side. The light is low on. So it must be this light. Oh, it's getting a little darker outside. My lights going down a little. It's hot under these lights over here. I didn't realize. Okay. All right. So so the price of the triplex is $675. I don't think it pencils at $675. So I ran it at $650. They've got 3 of the units rented. And let's see, they are rented for, there's a one bedroom, I'm all tongue tied today. There's a 1 bedroom rented for $1,850 a month. a 2-bedroom rented for $1,850 a month. And then there's a 3-bedroom rented at $2,100 a month for a total monthly income of, did I add that up? I didn't add that up. So what is that? 1850 and 1850 is
37
37 plus 2,100.
Yeah. So 48
Is it 4,800?
58 58.
That's what I thought it was 50 something. Yeah. So $5,800 a month. So I decided I wanted to run the numbers on this one because that actually sounds like it might get close to penciling. And so we calculated a purchase price of $650,000. So putting 25% down of $162,500, a 30-year interest rate, 30-year loan at 8% interest. So your total gross annual income, so you take your monthly income times 12, your total gross income is $69,600. The total expenses for this property include, so let's just go through these one by one. So property taxes are $4,095. Property insurance is $709. I feel like that's a little light in the loafers myself. I would probably want to throw in at least $1,200 in that spot, but I calculated $709 since that's what they're claiming. So property management fees. Now, if you purchase a multifamily in Washington State, you are going to want to have a management company handle your rental. You do not want to try to attempt to do that yourself. This is a very tenant-friendly state, which another way of saying that is landlord-unfriendly. So you want to definitely pay for property management, and that's usually 10%. So that would be $6,960 per year. And repairs and maintenance, I went really light on this. They didn't list what the repairs and maintenance are on an annual basis, but I just calculated it at $1,200 a year. So again, that might be light. I haven't seen the condition of the building, so I really don't know. And I don't know if they've done any major updates and things like that. So that's a number that we could play with and fiddle with. So, and then they had another $150 a year. And then water, sewer, garbage in Bremerton, as in Grays Harbor County, a lot of times the tenants do pay for water, sewer, garbage. In this case, it's $4,140 per year. And then we calculated a vacancy rate of 5%, which was $3,480 for the year. So if you take all those and add those up, your total expenses minus vacancy, your total expenses are $17,254 are your total expenses. So if we subtracted that from your gross income, you're going to end up with and you subtract out your vacancy rate, you're going to end up with a net operating income of $48,866. So you have a loan on the property, so you have an annual debt service. That's just the total of all the payments for the year, and that's $42,925. So with a pre-tax cash flow of $5,941. So the thing I don't have written down here is what your payment is on that, but so your pre-tax cash flow is $5,941, so not terrible. After tax cash flow, assuming a 20% tax bracket, $7,581. So again, positive in both cases. And you know, I think it looks like it pencils. I would rather see it a little better. So I think for an investor, you know, you might have to come in around 500, around 600 to give yourself a little cushion. So that's probably what I would do. But they have not reduced the price yet, and they're still sitting at $675. So
how long has it been on the market so far?
It's been on the market, I think, maybe almost a month.
Oh wow! Well, it's
it's been
ready
on
to
the
get
market a
out of
while.
that.
And for one that comes close to penciling, it's got a good income, right?
Right.
So $5,800 a month. I just think you'd have to get the price down a little bit to make it worthwhile for an investor. Right. And because if they haven't sold it yet, then they're missing the mark. And there's a lot of quite a few multifamily on the market right now, and they're not very many are pending. So there's not a lot of active investors right now. And I think part of the reason is interest rates are so high.
Yeah.
And I don't, but in my mind, if you can make it pencil at 8%, if interest rates come down and you're able to refinance, then now you've got something that's really, really, you know, cash flowing.
That's right.
because you're going to want to refinance probably in 3 to 4 years anyway, so that you can pull some equity out of it and hopefully get a lower interest rate and go, turn around and parlay that into another multifamily, right? Because you only need to put 25% down.
Yeah.
So at least that's my advice to people. If you can get that interest rate down and refi, kind of do a cash out refi.
That's sort of the name of the game. Get some cash out of it, tap the equity, refinance at a lower rate. Looking pretty good.
Right. I mean, those are, it's a great idea.
Looks good on paper. Yes, that's right.
Looks good on paper. Does look good on paper. All right. So that's all I got to. I'm so busy, Dan. And I'm not busy working. I'm busy working on my business. I got to get a text out tonight to let all my people know where to pick up their pie. So I sent out a email yesterday, but I need to get a text out next. So make sure everybody picks up their pies tomorrow. I got 30 something pies. I need people to pick up. By noon, they'll be in my car.
Well, if you got any extra pies left over, I'm down here in Renton.
Well, I bought an extra 3 apple at Central Market because I wasn't sure Snohomish Pie Company was going to be able to add back in my apple pies that I needed, that I accidentally canceled the order on because I wasn't I had duplicated some of the invoices is what happened when I was on vacation. I wasn't really paying close attention. I was trying to rectify my pie order and I ended up canceling a few too many pies. And anyway, so I have 3 extra apple pies. If anybody wants to show up in my office tomorrow in Woodinville.
For anyone watching on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, they're apple.
They're apple.
They're Central Market, so they're going to be delicious. It's not going to be Snohomish Pie Company, but I got those going to my clients.
There you go.
Market was backup, which I didn't need. Because Snohomish Pie Company, they were able to change my order as late as today. And normally I don't know how she was able to do it, but they normally have a cutoff of like last Thursday. And so I was very grateful when she said, we can do this, Kat. I'm like, okay, thank you. Because I promised everybody Snohomish Pie Company pies. So, anyway.
Oh gosh. Well,
all right, Dan.
Okay. That's all I got for the day.
All right.
I wish I had more.
I know. Where are interest rates, Dan?
They're pretty good. Like 6.25.
I know why you gave me that answer. That's excellent. I'm glad they're pretty good.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hey, bye, guys. This is fun. Bye. Bye, TikTokers. Too much fun. Let me get my phone here. Bye, you guys. Let me see.